I was a kid at 7 years old, always watching motivational videos, and there was always like this pattern of just everybody's story being synonymous, and it's like all of the stories was like, man, I just didn't give up. I just took the risk. I I I understand that the risk that the risk is so much greater than you know the possibility of not taking the risk. And I've always watched those like that was just something about me. Like one thing, if you do know like the real Josh Chapman, like I've been watching like motivational videos and people like Eric Thomas and you know um, you know I think Les Brown, you know like those early days of like inspiration. Like I watch those videos, like Ray Lewis. Like I watch those videos, so it's like I don't know. Like I'm just like I mean I just live like I'm always constantly inspired. Like those were just people that I've just always gave me the boost, and now it's to the point where it's like I don't even have to watch those videos every now and then. I come back, but then now YouTubers and the people that have made and edit these videos now, they come up with different ways of inspiring. They use movies and they use certain clips and they use the motivational music behind it. Like I love that. Like that's what charged me up every day, and it's just still just a invigorating feeling because it's like my life is always continuing. You know, like no matter what, it's like when I get off of the internet or when I go to sleep, like I wake up 6 a.m. motivated to just get after this and be like, man, I gotta really do something to really elevate my life because it's hard. Making money is hard, you know, it's the hardest thing, you know, but it's even more frustrating when you're a person that likes to figure things out, you know, for a person with computer science degree, at the core of computer science is problem solving. Problem solving. It computer science is the art of problem solving. And I've always, you know, ever since like understanding that concept, I got it from my professor like early like freshman year, sophomore year, you know. Um and I've always instilled that into my life. We had to do a lot of coding and all of these things, like, so it was just all of this stuff was just building, for who I am. And I do want to, because I know that it is getting late, but there was just something and I really kind of respected it. um on one of guys last stream, um and it was something that I learned just very quickly, just being in the streaming world. Like you can do all of these IRLs, you can do all the girl content, you can do the you know project streams, but if you don't come back to desktop and never touch base, then you're not really trying to build a community. And it is like desktop should always be the core, of your streams. Like, and I think like it's not too many people, and you can see it. Like we can really be honest. Like there's not too many people that are really trying to like care about the community that they're building or really inspiring people. Like they're doing it for the money. Let's keep it a stack. Like there's a lot of people that's doing it, and they're good. You know, there's talented personalities that at the end of the day, like it's like, man, I just gotta make this money. Like I'm building a following, and they just like me for me, and I may say these certain things just to get people to like me, but I'm trying to get this money at the end. Like you can see through that, you know. And I think Kai is one of the very few people that not only because he's good at what he does, but he cares at the art of it. That's why when you see the old videos of, or that's why when you see the videos of seven, you know, the 7 months that he was really like trying to learn a lot about himself, like those archive videos, like that was really personal. He really brought people into his life, and people shunned him for it, and it was kind of crazy because it's like, you know, this is the person that really gives his life every day, you know, to make your day a little bit better. And he was really showing people how to really get to that next stage of your life is to always continuously learn. And I think a lot of people miss that. You know, a lot of people are just like, where's the content? Where's the content? And you kind of miss the bar of, or miss the point of like that purpose of him showing that archive parts of his life was to like inspire you guys. The raw footage was to be like, yo, look, for me to get to where I get to, I read every day. I read every 10 minutes. I read for 30 minutes. You know, I show you the behind the scenes of how I think about Vivette, or how I write in my journal. Like those are the small things. A lot of people don't. A lot of people miss that. But it's cool though, because everybody's not supposed to be Kai Cenat. There's only one Kai Cenat, and I think he's doing the thing, and I think that's why he's inspired by Michael Jackson, because, you know, and it's no glaze, but he's doing what Michael Jackson done for music into streaming. And I think that is like, it's it's really very applauding, because he's showing that, yo, you can collab with people, you know, you can build your AMPs, or your, you know, whatever, you know, core group, because you can't obviously do it on your own. You know, you might have to have other streamers that motivates you every day to get up. You know, he's not, because he can easily go on and as an individual and just really build like one person that's just an individual streamer and don't have like, doesn't really collab. I Show Speed is like, he's on a whole nother level. You know, like, but they're like two giants in the streaming world, because like I think Speed just really won it. You know, it's really like two different talents, but their talents are both powerful in their own unique ways, and that's why I think what inspired me to go into streaming was like people like that. You know, that can create this own world, because that's what I learned. You know, into streaming, like it's like you're building your own world. You know, whatever you want people, like obviously everything that you want intentionally to get portrayed will always follow, but you can create your own world for people to come into. And that's what I'm trying to do.